Hey guys, my name is Farid Quatra and I'll be presenting on behalf of Team 9 on our product Faucet Flow. Team 9 comprises of Megan, Anshul and myself, Prayat. So in today's presentation, I plan on outlining 5 topics. So the first one is reviewing foundational topics. These were a few topics which Megan went over in DP1. Second, the functional decomposition of our product. Third, the concept generation, which includes the 3-2-1 method our team used, the mind mapping, and the concept combination table from gallery method. Fourth, the gallery method and the feedback we received from our peers. And fifth, the concept selection. This includes the concept scoring, concept screening, and finally the design which we as a team decided to move ahead with. So going over a few things which Megan presented in DP1, the mission statement of our product. So we strive to create a product which benefits Majoritech students and creates high profits for VTEPs. We gathered our customer needs through various types of methods like surveys and interviews, and after that we interpreted our customer needs. The specifications of a product. So we expect the average flow rate of a product to be 5 gallons per minute. We do not want our product to use more than 5 volts of energy. We expect our product's mass to be less than 1 pound, so it's portable. And lastly, we expect the filter to operate at pressures up to 60 psi. So the functional decomposition of a product. So when we were coming up with functions, we decided on 3 main functions which were crucial for our product. These are whether the filter can turn on and off, the attachment of the product to the tap, and lastly, the longevity of the product. So these 3 input functions led to 3 output functions, respectively, which are whether the filtered or regular tap water, the versatility of the product through various attachments. So a clamp method can be used on various type of taps, but a screw method can only be used on a specific type of tap. And lastly, for longevity, we came up with whether it's cheap and durable. So as you can see in the second diagram, each of these functions linked with, as we further elaborated on these functions, each of these attributes linked with each other. And at the end, the main objective of our product is to provide our consumer with purified water as well as regular tap water. The concept generation. So the concept combination table my team came up with during the gallery method is as shown. We decided to go ahead with 3 functions, which are whether it easily attaches to the faucet, whether it can turn on and off, so it can provide purified and regular tap water, and lastly, the long-term usage. So for each of these concepts, we came up with 3 solutions / sub-functions, which are suction, screw, and clamp for the different type of attachments, sliding filter, rotating filter, and different filtration paths for whether the filter can turn on and off. Thirdly, a replaceable filter, so we don't want a consumer to spend more money and they can service it themselves. Rust resistant material. This will be crucial because our product will be in contact with water, obviously. So the potential of rust growing on the product itself is extremely high. And whether it's easy to clean. So our team used a 3-2-1 method in which each of us came up with 2 solutions and critique each of them. So as you can see here, 6 solutions listed. The first one is the suction method with a non-replaceable filter. The second one is a vertical clamp method product with a replaceable filter, which with a rotating filter. The third one is a screw-on product with a sliding filter. The fourth one is a screw-on product with a different path filtration. A different path filtration means that the consumer just needs to press a button on the product for the product to switch from regular tap water to purified tap water and vice versa. The fourth and fifth solutions are similar. The last solution is a horizontal clamp method with a different filtration path. So each of these have their own pros and cons, which we further elaborate on in the next slide. So as you can see, this is the mind mapping diagram my team came up with. So our main problem/objective is to provide filtered water using a device. Using that as the main objective, we further branched out into different type of problems and solutions, which really help with concept generation and function generation. So as you can see, this is our gallery method, which is pretty much the same. We decided not to make any modification or changes because we received extremely positive feedback from our peers. The concept screening. So as you can see, we listed 5 of the solutions our team came up with. The suction faucet, the vertical clamp faucet with the rotating filter, the screw-on faucet with sliding filter, the screw-on faucet with a different filtration path, and the horizontal clamp faucet with a different filtration path. All these will be referenced to a simple screw-on faucet with a non-replaceable filter. So as you can see, we narrowed down to 3 concepts which we decided to move ahead with. These are C, D, and E. Each of them have their pros and cons. For example, elaborating on concept C. Next is whether it has a replaceable filter. So as you can see, we included a plus sign over there too, because you can replace the filter whenever you like to rather than throwing the whole product away. Next is whether it's a rigid and a secure fit. We rated this as 0 because both of them have the screw-on attachment method. And next is the versatility, portability, and the durability. So for durability, we rated a negative because we realized that our sliding filter requires more moving parts, which can lead to breakage at any time, and that somewhat reduces the durability compared to a non-replaceable filter because that would include less moving parts. So moving on to the next slide, we have the concept scoring. So in this, we listed the same 7 criteria we mentioned in the screening. So in this, after going over the concept screening, we narrowed down to 3 concepts, which we listed over here, so we could narrow down to a final design. So elaborating on, for example, the one which we chose, which is concept D, we use the same reference, the screw-on faucet with a non-replaceable filter. So we rated it as 3 for easily attachable because both of them use the same method of attaching to the tap, which is a screw-on method. Whether it's convenient to use, we rated ours 5 compared to the reference, which is a 3, because going back, concept D uses different filtration path. So this leads to the consumer not having to move anything or remove the product itself from the tap to switch between regular and purified tap water. He or she can just press a button and voila, just get purified water or regular tap water. It has a replaceable filter, so so the reference does not have a replaceable filter, but concept D does, so that's why we rated it a 5. Rigid and secure fit both use the same method of attaching the tap, so we rated both of them the same. Same goes for versatility. It can only screw on, so there's nothing versatile in that. Now when it comes to durability, we rated it a 4 compared to a 3. This is because we can replace the filter, unlike our reference. And for portability, we rated it a 2 because we assume our product to be a bit more bulkier than the reference. So finally, after going through the concept screening and the concept scoring, the team decided on moving on with concept D, which is a screw-on faucet with a different filtration path. We think this is extremely beneficial product because it's mainly made for Vajra DOMs, so screw-on faucet method will work on mainly all the taps and all the DOMs. Next, it'll be a rigid fit and it'll be a rigid fit over the taps, so the consumer does not have to worry about the faucet falling down from the tap. And it's durable because we'll be making it with extremely good materials. Next, it's convenient. The consumer just needs to press a button to switch between filtration paths, so he or she can switch between filtered and just regular tap water. Last, it's easily manufacturable. That's pretty much it. I hope you consider Faucet Flow, and thank you.